Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily go-getterism number 542 for March 28th, 2016. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about when you done messed up all your money, all of it. The money you save, the money that you got from your paycheck, everything, your stash, all of that. You done messed it up, and you still have a week or maybe even two before your next paycheck comes through. What do? That is a dire situation. It's a scary situation, really. And it's funny because you never know what kind of cards life is going to deal you. Even if you're a responsible person and you put away money, you have a nice little nest egg or something like that, you never know when a major emergency may come along and take away all that you have. And it can happen. You never know when a sudden illness may crop up. Somebody might go to jail. You might go to jail. And you know, you can't kick it like, there's no way I could ever get arrested, because especially if you're a black person, you never know. Anything can happen on any given day. Or you may have to post bail for a family member. And it doesn't always have to have anything to do with a particular crime that they committed. Someone could have mistaken them for someone else. Someone can be vindictive and accuse them of a crime. But the bottom line is, you know, it can take away all of the money that you had saved up. And what are you going to do when, let's say it's Friday and you just got paid and an emergency comes up and you have, let's say you have $5,000 saved up. So you're good at saving money. Matter of fact, $10,000. How about that? And you just happen to come up with an emergency that runs you the whole $10,000. It's serious, and it happens. It happens, especially when you talk about that bail thing or whatever. That'll eat that 10 grand up like this. Now, how are you going to make it for the next 2 weeks? You know, when it comes to bail, they don't make deals with you. You got to come up with that money. You know, down to the 10% or whatever. You can hire bail bondsman or something like that. You're still going to have all the money. There's no payment plan. You want your loved one out today? You got to pay all the money today. You can't pay down a little bit and then come back and pay a little bit more. You got to come there with all the cash. But you have other people who mess up money in more irresponsible ways and find themselves in this very position. For example, people who gamble away all the money. You know, they were on a hot streak, a hot streak or a lucky streak, and they caught a bad one. Lost all of it. The rent money, the utility money, the child support money, this money, that money. It's crazy. And it happens. It happens, you know. It's one of the wildest things that can ever happen to a person when you really think about it. It's really, really ill. But it's serious. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, when you're in a predicament like this, you know, you try to go and recover all of the money that people owe you. And you know how it is. When people owe you money, they never have it when you need it. You know what I'm saying? Now, you had it when they needed it. But when it's time for you to go collect from people because you have an emergency, they still messed up. Then they should have been paid you that money back. But they like, man, you know, if you give me like another week, I can do it. And you like, listen, I don't have another week. I'm done. I'm on zero. My refrigerator ain't full. You know, my kids need things. I don't have no way to get to work. Public transportation, I don't have money for that. Like, I had to spend all of it. And you know, there's some people out here that refuse to spend their last money. I'm one of those people. You don't spend your last money no matter what. But if it's really an emergency situation where you don't have a choice, where your back is up against the wall, then you have to go ahead and spend that money, and it hurts. So what do? You got another week. Now, it'd be different if you could keep some of the money. Let's say you spent down to zero, but you really didn't spend down to zero. You had a little stash, like maybe $60. And if you can make that last for a week if you play it right. shit, you can make $20 last for a week if you play it right. You know, if your refrigerator's full, you don't eat out, your tank is full of gas or something like that, you can make $20 last for a week. But if all of those things are on E as well, like you don't have no food in the refrigerator, you don't have no gas in your tank, you're gonna need somebody to help you out. So what do you do when you're in this situation? You done messed up the money. The money is messed up. I don't care whether you gambled it away. I don't care if you are a drug addict or whatever. You done partied away, got high with it, whatever. I don't care if you a trick. Let's say you messed around with some new chick or something like that. Y'all are all up in the telly and all of that, and the chick robbed you. Well, she shouldn't be able to rob you of all you have, because she should only be able to get the money that you have right then and there. But let's say when you went to the telly, let's say you had withdrew all of your money, whatever, because you were going to go pay something after you got finished tricking, and you got. Yeah, you should have been tricking there. We all know the stories. You shouldn't have been doing this. You shouldn't have been doing that. If you hadn't been doing this, that, and the third, and all of that, you wouldn't be in this position yet. All that sound good, but this kind of situation can happen to anybody. Whether you tricking, whether you gambling, whether you getting high, whether you went shopping, you don't know how to manage money, whatever the case may be. It happens all the time. It doesn't happen to everybody all the time, but it happens to enough people enough times for it to not be an exclusive situation. So would you borrow the money from somebody else? Would you collect the money from people who owe you? Would you swallow your pride and go down to the welfare office and get emergency food stamps? Would you do that? Because it's not a bad idea. You know what I mean? Assistance is assistance, and when you're down like that, you have kids, they gotta eat. Get some food stamps. They eat. Period. It's not a bad idea, but some people don't want that on their brain. Like, I don't care how bad things get. I'm not. I ain't letting the welfare system see me. I can understand it, but it's an option that you have, and we need to be aware of all of our options out here while we out here trying to make it. Cut and dry. Ain't no way around that. So what would you do? You know. Unfortunately, some people get in this position and then they go and steal from other people who have it. It's not a good look, but it happens. People get desperate, and then their animal instincts come out. Start taking from other people who have more than what they have, because they don't take other people's contribution to what they achieve things or have been able to receive things into consideration. They don't do that. I don't have no respect for that. I'll say it like this. It's always good to have some irons in the fire. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be some money that you won't touch because you can't get close to it. Now, before I would have said maybe it's good to put it in a CD or something like that. A CD is a certificate of deposit in a bank or something like that, because you can't take the money out until it matures. But when you're in an emergency situation, you gotta do what you gotta do. So maybe it's good to have some good old mattress money. But mattress money in that you will not spend it no matter what. Even in an emergency situation, you won't spend it. Maybe you're saving for your retirement or something like that, or children's college fund or something like that, but you won't touch it. It's a good idea to have something like that in place, so when times really get rough, you can make it. And also, have good friends and family around you that believe in you and know that you're a decent person, and more than likely they'll help you out. That's the way people normally make it through. Sometimes people know that you're a good person. They won't even lend you the money. They say, look, man, you good to go. You take that. You know what I'm saying? I know you would do it for me. And normally, when they say that they know that you would do it for them, you would. And more than likely, you'll never have to do it for them, because They keep their shit straight, and you're looking out. So that's a good look. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and listen, nobody wants to ever be in a position where you are 2 weeks away from payday. You just got paid, you are on zero. No money in the bank, no money in your pocket, no money in your wallet, no money under your mattress, no money in the stash, no money in under a rock in your in your backyard hiding behind the shed. Nothing. It's always a good idea to humble yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help out of a tough situation. That actually builds character. We shouldn't look at it as an embarrassment because we need help sometimes. Because everybody needs some help sometimes. The Mind, Right, and Body Better Fitness program is going down this Saturday. Bet you that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all come through from 10 o'clock to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll put y'all on to that more as the time comes. Y'all have a good night. Peace.